Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go!
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Now Ryan. He's got Jack Doyle. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now Bell. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Leo!
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Good.
44-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And some room to work. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready, go. 53, 61, matchbox, lights. Silver. Ready.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Copeland, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Copeland in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Switzer. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Ready. 53, check 53. Rock it.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And some room to maneuver. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Le'Veon Bell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking for Evans. runs, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A good lane to run there for Bell as he'll get about 7 on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, deep.
Tyler, 64, read.
Tighten up. Check 24, check
14-0
24.
the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Steelers nothing.
Got it.
50, Mike 50. Whip.
Clear. 32 to get it.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice game. That one good for 33 and a first. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Le'Veon Bell. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And the Steeler first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Get up.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And it's 3rd down.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. from the gun. Ryan, and they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Brandon Copeland has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
34 yards there at a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. Tannehill now to throw. This complete to Jones. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
3rd and long, it's Ryan. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd and 5.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down.
55,
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's got Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Two 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Copeland in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Bell. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Bell, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Goes underneath for Bell. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.